Hello everyone, welcome to your very first adventure with cooking with Donnie. I hope you guys get to enjoy this little adventure while we've got so much crazy ideas to cook up, so much crazy ingredients to try. So, without further ado, here's episode 1 of Cooking with Donnie, and tonight we are going to be making Cincinnati spaghetti. So, let's get started, shall we? We are going to be using our penne linguine noodles. Love these, by the way. They're good tasting. They're actually chef's kiss. And we use canned chili, at least probably 2 cans, depending on how big of a family you've got. And we use shredded cheese. That is, it doesn't matter what kind of shredded cheese you use. And last but not least, onions. Gotta love the onions, okay? Yes, onions are very lovely. They don't taste lovely, but, well, I take that back. They look lovely. They taste lovely. They're just a pain in the rear end just to, peel, cut up, all that good stuff. But, without further ado, guys, let's get our pasta water ready. We are going to start by filling up our pan about halfway up to where this little screw is right here. I know it's a black pan, it ain't a clear one, so you can't really tell. But it's easy measurements, guys. You just got to know how far to make it, Okay, guys, your pasta water should be looking exactly like this. About that high off the pot. We are going to turn it up on a high temperature to get the water to start boiling. And we are going to add a little bit of fresh avocado oil. And a little bit of salt to taste. You really don't have to use a lot of salt. You can use however much you want to, depending on how salty you really want your noodles. But I just prefer just to use a handful. So we are going to take about, maybe a few drizzles of avocado oil. Seal the lid back on this. We are going to take, and yes, my hands are clean, but I don't really like pouring it into the hand. Okay, it's weird. We're just going to sprinkle generously with the salt into the pasta water. Seal the lid back up on it. And now we let the water boil. Coming back up with it, though, your pasta noodles. You need those. You need your shredded cheese. It doesn't matter what kind you use, it's shredded cheese. Then you use your 2 cans of chili. And you use 1 onion, which all these ingredients come at a certain time. Don't rush the process of making this. I mean, this is a really fun dinner to make. It's just really I don't know. Simply complicated, I guess you could say. And if you do hear your pot sizzling, then that means you probably got it up a little too high, so it's probably best to cut it down to about like a 6 or a 7, halfway in between. And we are cooking on a gas stove, not a electric stove like all kinds of fancy people have, okay? Don't mind me though. I just like having fun. But that's beside the point, though. As soon as this water gets to starting to boil, we can add a little bit more of. We can add a little bit more of a drizzle of salt. Not too much, though, guys. Okay, you don't want to go too much. Like I said, you don't want your noodles to taste salty. But the best parts are my favorite all-time seasonings I love to use. Now, most people like Kinders. Most people like regular salt and pepper on their stuff. Me, however, personally, I love Dano's. This is the Dano's taco. This is the one that we will be using with this whole Cincinnati pasta ordeal. It's actually got some really good chili pepper flakes. It's real sea salt, granulated garlic, granulated onion, ground cumin, dried dehydrated green chili, dried lemon peel, dried orange peel, some oregano, some cilantro, and some ground cayenne. Now, guys, these is all natural ingredients, okay? And it's made with real sea salt, too, and you don't have to really use as much. That's why I actually love using this stuff. Some of the best stuff you'll ever actually taste, honestly. But there's many kinds of them that you can use. Me personally, though, I like using this one whenever I make this, because it gives it a little bit more flavor. It gives it that good flavor. And also, too, this seasoning is kind of the same thing as chili seasoning. So, if you ever go to Walmart and you don't feel like buying chili packets, grab yourself some Dano's. So, the Dano's taco. Like I said, it's right here. Like I said, the orange top. Really good stuff. Really good. And also, too, we are going to be using a very, very special ingredient for here. I love this kind. I don't know why. I just do. Some really good stuff. Really good. We are not only just going to be using this. We are also going to be giving it a little bit of a drizzle of the Dano's Spicy. That's the red top. Very good flavor. This one has actually got dehydrated cayenne pepper, granulated garlic, sea salt, granulated onion, and dehydrated lemon peel, dehydrated orange peel, and mustard seed. Good stuff. Okay, very good stuff. Like I said, this stuff right here is healthy and stuff. That's how I like using this. You can use it for pan searing, you can use it for grilling, baking, marinades, soups, salads, whatever. This, however, you can use on, however, tastes great on it tastes good on taco seasoning, ground beef, nachos, chicken, enchiladas, whatever. Taco seasoning, okay? But still though, this stuff has the same ingredients, well, similar to the same ingredients as chili powder. Good stuff though. Okay guys, we are starting to get the water to a boiling temperature, but we're still going to let it boil all the way though. So that way the water starts rising and stuff and you start to see all that bubbling stuff. Ooh. This stuff's going to be amazing. Okay, guys. It's working up to it. It's working up to its natural course. Now, while we do this, let's put away our salt and our avocado oil. I'm no master chef. I don't want to, I don't like sounding as good as a master chef because I'm not one. I do this for fun. This has been a passion of mine since I was about 18 years old. A little bit about myself, though. My grandmother and my mom was the one that taught me how to cook. I just like to mess around and see what I can do and make it a little bit of my own style. And this is what we're doing tonight. So we're messing with it. I know this stuff was originally brought out on diners, drive-ins, and dives. But I'm making it the exact same way, but with my own little twist. So guys, just be prepared. I mean, some people have a different name for this stuff, okay? Honestly, they call it trash can pasta. It don't really sound appetizing when you say it like that, though. So, I call it Cincinnati pasta. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and get our lid for this. And we are going to go ahead and open up our noodles. We got our water coming to a boil, as you can see from the steam right here. Like the steam right here coming off of this pot. That means the water's getting nice and good and hot. But now, it is time to dump the pasta. Ooh. Bullseye. And we give this pasta a little bit of a stir around here. So way none of this stuff sticks together. We give it a nice little stir. And while that is doing that, let's put our lid on it. Let it boil. Let it get a nice good room temperature. Now, while we are doing that, we are going to heat up the chili. Of course, the chili right here is the fun part, okay? You get your little pan about like this. Turn your stove on. And you just open up your chili and pour it in. Put one can over. Open up the other can. There we go. We got all the chili out. And we just let this chili heat up and stuff. Give it like a few minutes or so. It'll heat up nice and hot. Let's get ourselves a big spoon here. So that way we can stir it around here. Because nobody really likes cold chili on their pasta. Especially if it's like this stuff. You don't really want cold chili on it. That's just going to give it a bad taste. And while we are doing that, let's go cut our onion. Now you don't need a really big cutting board. Me, however, I just use a small one. About like this. Now, the way we cut this onion is a very, very interesting way. I'm not really a big fan of cutting onions. Because, like they say, onions make you cry. And what we are going to do, grab you a little knife, and we're going to cut this off, and we are going to peel the onion back a little bit, get all this little excess skin off of it. You really don't need all this excess skin on an onion. We're going to cut this other end off, and we are going to core it. Now, whenever you core an onion, you just push out the center of it, and it should slide out easily. Looks like we have another layer of the onion that needs to go. And there's how you core your onion. Stuff's really not hard to do. Take your knife, cut it in half. Cut your onion into 4s. Now, you grab your onion dicer. Very little lovely device here. I bought this at Walmart. I love it. And I love using it. It's a very lovely device. And be careful, guys. These blades, whenever you buy one of these things, are very, very, very sharp. And you just want to take your onion halves, drop them in your slicer. Well, in your dicer. Onion dicer, slicer, whatever you want to call it. And simply, guys, you can hold it either way you want to. But I prefer to hold it like this. Watch all the onions get sliced up and diced up. And then your onions should come out looking like diced onions. About like this. That's your diced onion. Anyways, however, dump all your excess onion off the blades. Get it off of here. Get it off of your lid. Get it off of whatever is left on it. And of course, guys, we want to wash our lid and blade off. That way nothing sticks to it. And just set it all to the side. And ow, well, Don't worry, guys. I didn't really cut myself, so we're good. We're good. And what we want to do next, personally, this is my favorite thing of all to do, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Get you a small little tin bowl right here like this. You want to get you a small tin bowl about like this. Dump your diced onions in it. And that way you can wash out your onion dicer bowl. And that way you got your diced onions set aside over here, and that way you don't have to worry about it later. So, we got to come back over here, though, anyways, and get ready, because this chili is cooking. It's boiling nice. It's getting really nice and heated up. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's what we want. Now, let's check these noodles, and let's give them a little stir. Make sure these noodles don't stick together. And you got to be careful too, okay? You don't want your noodles like turning mushy either. So, to keep your noodles from turning mushy, you just got to be careful on how you use them directly. Or else you're going to have some sloppy noodles. Okay, I'm sorry, but they're just going to be sloppy noodles. But now, what we are going to do, this is where you get your little, this is where I get my little twist at. You take your Dano's taco and your Dano's spicy, and you drizzle it in your chili. Well, if you don't like spicy food, though, you don't actually have to use this one. You can just use the Dano taco and still get the flavor for it. But I prefer to use both because, I don't know. I just like them when they're mixed together. They taste good. And you just stir it around in your chili. Get your chili nice, good, and seasoned. You don't really have to use, like I said, a lot of that seasoning. You just sprinkle generously. Because it's not packed full of salt like every other seasonings are. That is packed full of real sea salt. And sea salt is healthy for people, unlike regular iodized salt. We gotta keep this pasta water from boiling over. But anyways, though, while we're doing that, I'm actually going to grab a drink. Good stuff right here. Bubba Cola. Well, Border Walk Cola. Thank God she didn't explode like the last time I had one. Good stuff, actually. Very good stuff. Now, what we really want to do now is just bring the chili to a simmer. Let all that season-packed seasoning flare up in it. Let's go in for a taste test, though, shall we? We ain't dumping that back in there. Because that's why we're just letting it come back to a simmer. But that right there is some good stuff. Like I said, these seasonings are not packed full of sea salt. Now, if you really want a good crunchy taste, go check out some Dano's Crunchy. You can get it at your local Kroger's. Or, if you really want to, you can go to his website, danosseasonings.com. Check out the new adobo seasoning. The new adobo seasoning is actually really good. I've tried it on a few things myself, and I love it. Love the smell of it. Very good seasoning. Very good. And he's got his seasonings also on his website. You can get it for... You can get all of his seasonings, including his outlaws, like the Sweet Caribbean. If you ever go to the Bahamas, okay, I'm pretty sure they don't have this there in the Bahamas. I don't know, but you can get it. You can get some sweet and tangy barbecue. You can get some spicy barbecue. Whoo! Don't that sound good on some baby back ribs? Or you can get his... Or you can get like his really good seasonings. His really good seasonings. Like his... What is it? Where is it? A little dusty up here. You can get his Black and Bloody Mary for shrimp. I love some shrimp. Okay, I love a good mess of shrimp. Or you can get his butter dust. Now, this butter dust, my friends, is actually good on salmon bites, chicken, popcorn. It's so good. It is so good. And then you've also got the world's greatest butter steak seasoning. Now, I haven't actually really tried this one yet, so I'm kind of eager to try it. This one's actually good on burgers and steaks. So, if you like to cook burgers, check out some of this stuff. But yeah, you can get all of his seasonings on his website. They're just really good. Just go check them out. Give them a try for yourself. Now, I'm pretty sure our pasta is about done. So we gotta just check it one more time. Give it a nice little stir around. Ooh. Guess what, fellas? They're perfectly cooked al dente noodles. So what are we gonna do now? We are gonna hang that up. Set our lid to the side over here. Set it over here to the side. We are gonna turn this pasta water off. Take the pasta, drain it in the strainer. And best thing to do to keep your pasta from still cooking, run it down with some cold water. What we're gonna do next is the fun stuff. And that is to keep your pasta from cooking still. What we are going to do next, we are going to cut our chili off. Give it about 5 minutes, let our pasta settle down and stuff. Or you can give it about 2 minutes. I don't care. I don't know. Depending on how hungry you really are. Me, I'm tremendously hungry. So, I'm just going to give it about a couple minutes. Shake the excess water. Okay, now that you got your pasta dumped, this is where another twist for this stuff comes in. Okay, you see how all this is now in there? Watch what I'm going to do. dump the chili in there. Take the chili, dump it in here. Take the chili, dump it. This is going to taste absolutely fantastic, guys. But yeah, get your chili, dump it in there, okay? This, because you can't go wrong. This is basically where your go big or go home situation lies ahead. Now, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to take my shredded cheese and my diced onion. Of course, I'm just going to open it. I ain't putting it in the pasta, okay? There's no need mixing it all together unless, of course, that's how you want it. And then I'm going to take me a small bowl, about yay big, about like this. First things first, be sure to give that chili and those pasta noodles a good stir around, a good mix up, okay? You really want to get that flavor in there. Okay, get you some of that goodness, delicious, that sweet and savoring chili flavor coming off of the chili sauce and everything stuck to the noodles. Oh my Lord, guys, this is making me hungry just doing this. Of course, now you give it a nice good stir around. Now, what you really want to do, take you a little ladle. Get you a nice big dip of this stuff out. I'm going to get me 2 dips. I don't care what people say. Give me 2 nice dips. Push this little thing back here. Got my bowl. Now I'm going to sprinkle my shredded cheese. And next is the best part. I'm going to take my little bowl of diced onions. I'm going to grab me about a handful of them out. I'm going to garnish with diced and shredded onion. And there you've got your Cincinnati pasta. Thank you guys for watching though, okay? Be sure to tune in for more cooking videos. Like, follow, subscribe, guys, okay? Stay tuned.